I am so excited to make my way back to one of my favorite restaurants, not just in the area, just that I've ever eaten at in my life. In this bag is my favorite Filipino restaurant that I've ever had. I've had a couple of them. I'm still working on getting some more, but every once in a while I gotta go back to my roots. This place is known as Mama Fina's. It's located now in Hackensack, New Jersey. First time I went, they were located in Elmwood Park. They moved. I guess they needed a bigger location or whatever. A lot of people that I know that are Filipino also love this place as much as I do. So anyway, I can't. Let's open the bag up. Let's get into this video. Like I always do, I got 2 of my favorite things from there. Actually 3 this time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got 3 of my favorite things this time, and I got 2 different things that I never had before. Let me just show you what I got. First thing we always start off with is the lumpia Shanghai. So we got this right here, man. I love these. I've had these a bunch of times. They do some that are really good in my opinion. This is the first time I've seen them do this, which is a little disappointing. This is one of the reasons why I took it home. I didn't want to do it like this because I want to mix the both, but we have the pork sisig. Now, every time that I do this, people that are familiar with the dish will tell me that it's made from pig snout and ears. You are right. They have 2 different kind. I asked today, but I didn't get the one with the snout and the ears because I had already ordered it. So this is their version. So it's not snout and ears in this one. It's just pork belly. So that's the difference between it. But I'm going to get the other one next time I go because I do want to try. I've actually never had it before. It was too late at the time. I already paid for this. And you can get white rice, Java rice, or this garlic rice. I love the God, that smells good. Oh my goodness. I had to get a plate this time. I always get this now because it's become one of my favorite things as well. This is like their play on the Jollibee kind of deal, but it's like a better version. So it's their fried chicken with their spaghetti. Super, super fire. And then I'm not done. Look, I have to get everything ready to go here. So I also got, look at this. I got this at the last Filipino place, so I wanted to get it again because I never had theirs. So the crispy pata, I've never had it from here. So if it's going to be, they give you a lot. I don't even know how much I paid for this. Hold on, let's see. It was $26 for this. A lot of food in that one. And then I got dessert. Oh, that's a nice little ramekin looking deal. So this is leche flan. That glare might have got you. We got some leche flan right there. I've had flan from other places, but I haven't had theirs either, so I wanted to try it. You know, we've expanded our horizons when it comes to Filipino food. I do think that not enough people are talking about it. But anyway, let me get situated. Let's do it different this time. I'm gonna pour everything out on here. We're just gonna do a little bit because I don't want to be a super big bag, which is a lie because I'm probably gonna end up eating all of this. But I'm gonna pretend like I'm not, and it's gonna make me feel better. I still have to go to the gym after this. So we got the sisig right here. Boom. Theirs has red onion. I got it spicy. They have it mild or spicy. And their base, because it's not the traditional one, again, is more of a mayonnaise base. I did ask. Every time I do this video, people will say, like, it's not mayo. This one is. The traditional is not. So, just a little bit of a clarification. Anyway, bro. Okay. Let's start off with the lumpia Shanghai. Here we go. Where's the dipping sauce? Where's the dipping sauce? I always do my first bite with no sauce. Like, I've had this at like probably 5 or 6 different places at this point. Theirs is by far the most flavorful. Like, the flavor in it is so much better. Dipping sauce. Yeah. So inside this crispy wrapper, for those who don't know, it's pork. There's some onion and carrot in here, and then some other spices. The cross section. There's like a sweet chili sauce. There's a little bit of spice, some sweet in there. Those solid 9 out of 10. They're the best I've had. So they could upgrade to a 10 at one point, but you never know. Then we got the sisig right here. Crispy. With the garlic rice. It's so good, man. This has become one of my favorite like meals just in general. I haven't had it forever, so I had to do it today. So, because it's pork belly specifically in this one, you got the crispy pork belly skin, But then the tender pork belly part. Then you get the mayo. There's some hot like chili peppers in there too, which is giving it a nice spice. It's not overly spicy, but for me, just enough. And then we get this creaminess from like this mayo base they have specifically in this one. And the bite from that red onion, got a little bit of sharp. You pair it with this really well cooked garlic rice, garlic fried rice. You fry garlic, and then you would make it similar to fried rice. So you would take the garlic out, it makes like a garlic infused oil. You throw the rice in, you throw those crispy garlic bits back in, a little more seasoning. It's so good. Funny story, I checked the website so I can make my order and pick it up. If you look on the website and you scroll to the bottom of Mama Fina's website, there's a video of me. Because I've had it so much. I ain't mad at that at all, man. Oh, so when you add all this up, again, this is like one of my favorite dishes. One of the best things that I've had from here. It's so good. This is one of my only 10s you'll see on this channel. Well, this is a 10 for me. It's just everything that I like in food. I want to move on from this, but I can't. But I will. I'm going to slide over. This, their fried chicken with the spaghetti. There's your fried chicken piece. I think they changed their seasoning. This is more seasoned than last time. Damn. The skin, or should I say it's more of a breading this time too. But the chicken, it's got like garlic powder, onion powder, which wasn't on there last time. Last time, it was nice and crispy, but it was a little bland, and I ate it right away with the spaghetti. Not this time. I would just get the damn chicken. Wow. But I need my fork for the spaghetti. Filipino spaghetti is something that I had the first time at Jollibee, but then I got it at like 2 other places. But this one was my favorite. For people who don't know, again, banana ketchup instead of like a tomato base. There's banana ketchup. Ketchup made from bananas. I don't like bananas. I like banana ketchup. Make it make sense. But there you go. Sausage, which is normal in this kind of spaghetti, but there's also ground meat in here as well. Thick spaghetti noodles. And what I like to do, this is where I go in. I do one of these. I can only imagine how much of a vibe this would be sitting in the restaurant. I might have to like call them and be like, hey, is it okay if I bring a camera in there? Maybe they'll let me. Some people may get turned off by the fact that it's banana ketchup. It's like a sweeter spaghetti. It's definitely sweeter. This one isn't as sweet as what you would get from, say, a Jollibee, for sure. But if you're a person who's only had like Italian spaghetti, your first thought process might be, well, that this is too sweet. I will sit here and tear this whole thing up. Seriously, I say this every time I eat here. It's one of my favorite restaurants, like period. And I think people just sleep on Filipino food. I got put on because of this channel. It started with Jollibee, and it made me say, what about like an actual Filipino restaurant? And I went to a few. This was the first one I've gone to. And then I went to like probably 4 or 5 more. But this one is still the best. So good. Okay. I have to try this crispy pata. Look at all that. I can't, bro. I'm telling you. This is one of the few meals that, like, it's hard, really, like, I want to eat it all. Don't care what anybody says. Argue with anybody. 9.4 out of 10. Don't care what you're telling me. Now, the last time I had this dish was at another place, crispy pata. And I said it was pig's feet. I looked this up so many times. It's what we call trotters and what we would call pig's foot. Technically speaking, it's the knuckle and the leg. So, people, maybe it's like a vernacular thing or whatever than that. So, if you thought I was like just kind of saying stuff, I can show you the Wikipedia. It's the culinary version of what you would call a pig's foot, but it's technically speaking not the foot. But it is, but it's not. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, I never had it from here. Look at this. Oh, look at this. I love pork fat. Look at this. I have to get right in here. This is usually like a vinegar sauce. Theirs is way better. The vinegar just cuts through that fat. A little bit. It's really fatty. But again, like a soy vinegar dip. The first time I had this, I didn't know what it was. I've been one of those people my whole life that with certain food, pig's feet being one of them. Nope. I was always like, I'm not going to eat it. But if I'm being honest, it reminds me of pork belly. It's very similar. But this crispy part, to me, is the best. Just really crispy, really fatty, a little salty. And it works so well. There's a lot of food, by the way. It's just one of those things for me that I had to get over what I was eating. Because when I was younger, I wasn't an adventurous eater. I've definitely changed that now. Hey, man, it's like liquid gold you're spilling. There's not much of the ones I've had so far that they do to it. It's just fried really crispy, and they let that pork taste kind of work. Just with a little bit of that soy, a little bit of that vinegar. I can see this being something that, if there's like mad people, you would have, and people will kind of share. But, like I said, it's very similar to pork belly. I just want to get one more piece of this. The other one that I had, being real, it wasn't as like juicy as this still. Or crispy. So, I feel like this is one that's really done right. Like, this is really, really like tender. And the other one was like a hard chew. You know what I'm saying? This isn't at all. Now, if I'm being real, you do this, maybe do this. With the garlic rice, and you're cooking. But I way prefer the sisig and everything else going on with it. This is just, it's almost like barbecue, but not. That reminds me of that. It's good. And I would get it again. But if I had to choose between this and this, the sisig wins every time. Just gets a 7 out of 10. I like it. But this is just S tier. And finally, for dessert, first time having this here. I've had the Turon, and then they had like a sweet potato version, because the Turon's like a banana version and a sweet potato version. But I've never had this. Let me get a fresh spoon first. I'll be an idiot. So we got leche flan. Had this before. Damn. Spilling all the fun. So it is like, well, dulce de leche, kind of caramel tasting from what I remember. And they did like a creme brulee on the top. I didn't see that in the other one. The other one looked much more like traditional flan. This looks like it has some like a creme brulee. They definitely put like a blowtorch on the top. Nice touch. But Let me try. The consistency is like flan, but it tastes. I want that burnt piece. There we go. Give me the. Yep. There we go. Y'all see that crispy part? Theirs is insane. My goodness. That is that, man. Oh, Lord. From what I've seen, I've gone to a lot of these places. They just they put their own spin on stuff sometimes for sure. But damn, does it work. Creme brulee is something that I really like. That burnt, kind of toasty, nutty sugar that's on the top. It just goes really well. And this is what this reminds me of. But instead, it's in like dulce de leche-esque kind of flan form. And that's good, dude. Oh my goodness. This place is unreal. It really is. First time I was looking for Filipino food, I got directed here by like 10 people I know that are Filipino. Not gonna see why. The texture like this, again, it's almost like pudding, but also I'm trying to explain to people who've never had like flan. It's not, it's like a firmer pudding. It's definitely much more firm, almost gelatinous. But the texture, once you let it kind of melt, is like pudding. This is the best one I've had too. Man. Damn, I just gotta get done. Not full of them. Listen, if you never had Filipino food before, or even if you have, you gotta check this place out. That's delicious. Delicious. For a dessert, 9.4 out of dessert is insane. I've hardly ever ranked desserts higher than that. The spread was lethal today, man. I would sit here and eat this whole thing. I try to keep myself in some sort of shape. It was really hard not to. Like, no, we're gonna eat that because it's already out. But I've had other stuff from this place, which is also really good. My favorite so far, for sure, this sisig. I'm gonna try the one with the snout ears. I have to. But I've had different kinds. I had the squid version. I had the pork version. I've had the chicken version. I've had all their breakfasts. Long silog, tosilog, tapsilog. I'm missing one or two. But my favorite meals. The fried chicken with spaghetti. If you like Jollibee, that'll knock your socks off. The lumpia Shanghai. If you like food, these will knock your socks off. And the sisig is like S tier. Crispy pata, that's like a party food for me. I feel like if I was having like a barbecue or something where there's a bunch of people here, because I couldn't sit here and eat this whole damn thing, I would feel like this is like 6 pigs. So I still like it, but it's very rich and heavy from the pork fat. That's just, but everything else, man, and this, sign me up. If they have like a whole version, for real, really good. Mama Fina's, Hackensack, New Jersey. Apparently, I'm on a damn website. I'm fine being a mascot. It's fine by me. But if y'all want to, if anybody from there sees it, just go ahead and invite me in. Let me sit down and eat with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about paying for the food. That's fine. It's worth the money. But I have sisig but no rice, and I just want to finish this right here. It's so good. I don't have no more words. Man. I've had a long day. Being a full-time content creator now, which I would say would have been the last 6 months I've turned into that. I've always loved making content, and I still do. But there's just some things now, like, people who don't know, like, I have management now. And I love my management team. Seriously. But the business end sometimes, when you're talking to places when it comes to brands and things like that, it can definitely be, like, I don't want to say stressful because they handle the stress part. But sometimes I'm just like, I just want to make content. I'm glad that I did make the move to get a management team, being honest. These are things I don't talk about a lot. But if I didn't have them, or particularly my manager, Mike, but if they weren't around, like I probably would have just like, I don't want to, being honest. But, you know, not a complaint. Good problem to have. I thank you guys for that. For sure. It's just, as a person who's much more of like a low-key, I don't like the whole influencer part of it. It just comes with the game. I never really cared for it. And just having to deal with some of the stuff I can't really talk about right now because it's ongoing. But it's gonna be annoying, man. Like, so it was good kind of after dealing with what it was all day to sit down and have a good meal and vibe like I always do. This always keeps me even because this is the root of what it always will be. I don't care if I never have another brand deal again. I'm gonna be right here eating food. And I have you guys to thank for that. So I appreciate y'all, man. This was so good. If I sit here, I'll eat this whole damn thing. I'm staring at this. I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.